Bill Cosby?
Check around our internet radio, only to find the station playing old radio programs and winning commercials. You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radio Land. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radio Land.
It was the year World War II ended, and the troops came home, and the music was fabulous, with big hits from Perry Como, Judy Garland, and the Andrews Sisters. The year was 1945. Listen to the year in music on the next Swing Time. I'm Gary Russen, and I'll be featuring the biggest hits from that year, along with trivial information about the prices of items such as groceries, the news events, the culture of 1945 on the next Swing Time.
And there were a number of important distinctions between Travel Ban 1 and Travel Ban 2. At the time I had to make my decision, for example, the executive orders still applied to green card holders, lawful permanent residents, and those who had visas. There were a number of other distinctions as well. And look, let me say one thing about...
I want to get on to
Okay, sorry.
Go ahead, very quickly.
Look, I understand that, people of goodwill and... who are good folks can make different decisions about this.
America's Street Music is back on GJRB, Bluegrass with the Grass Goals, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys, and so much more. So it's time to bring it back, and on more often. It's Bluegrass Jubilee. America's Street Music is back on GJRB, Bluegrass with the Grass Goals, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys, and so much more. So it's time to bring it back, and on more often. It's Bluegrass Jubilee Freestyle, with all the great songs you heard before, and some new up-and-coming stars with some emerging bluegrass. Also, some all-time gospel favorites too. Every third Saturday at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB. Whether it's baseball, basketball, hockey, even bowling, it's covered on Gary J's sports page. I'll talk about what's going on in the world of sports all over the USA. We'll read you interesting articles about the players and even keep up with the scores of the games going on live. I'll even have guests from time to time and just talk sports. Better than any newspaper page, it comes alive. Gary J's sports page, alternating Saturdays at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB Online. Just does. It makes it sound so interesting. But you know what it is? It's either there's when that microphone, when that headphone light is indicated on my. Another thing I don't like about this mixer is that you have to hit one button. You have to hit two buttons to get back into the microphone. Okay, and when you hit those two microphone buttons, if you don't hit them right, you hit that headphone button. Get drowned out by music, reverb, stuff like that. It's just one of those things I like to do. It's kind of, wake up my listeners maybe. I don't know. It's Freestyle Friday. That means anything is possible on the Gary Russen program. Fridays, I just kind of break away. I have a format for this program, usually during the week, which is kind of tight. Basically, I kind of got this idea for this show from Fox News. Now, I know I'm not just because I'm kind of not happy with them right now, but I like their news style. Being on live and then doing late-breaking news as it's happening on the air. And just kind of, the heck with the newscast. This is better than a newscast. Because when you have a newscast, you have to be tight-lit news, right? Well, I don't do that. I just keep the news going on a Friday. I just, it's just
I just go through it. I don't have to prepare a tight newscast. I just go in, and like right now, I got my tablet here, and I just find news stories while I'm on the air, and I do weather on the fives, which is weather every half hour on the fives, and I usually do weather from different parts of the country. So I usually try to get that on my tablet, which I'm going to do right now. So I have that ready when I get time. It's coming up about 5 minutes, so I do a weather on the fives. And I usually cover every nook and cranny of the United States of America, whether it be New York, New Jersey, all the way up into Cape Cod, across the nation, right into your neighborhood, Rachel. Actually, you didn't tell me exactly. I saw that Coons Bay. I've heard of Coons Bay. I was watching, I think it was what's that program on HGTV? I always watch House Hunters, I think it was. And the House Hunters did a program up there, I think, a long time ago, a while back. There was a couple looking for a house up there, and they did beautiful area up there. And is that anywhere near Portland? Because I did Portland weather the last show. But I'm not sure exactly how close to Portland you are, but Coons Bay, it even sounds pretty up there. Let's see. I'm going to go to, I need to go into my tablets here where I have the, let me see here. History. I want to pump up my bookmarks. That's where I want to go. Bookmarks. And I'm going to go into the Weather Channel. I know I had that saved on here somewhere. I don't know my Weather Channel at. Anyway, I usually have a Weather Channel saved on here. I must have not had it. Okay. Oh, Coons Bay is fun for a while. Okay. Fun for a while. Whoops. Don't have to hit that cursor. Fun for a while. Oh, it's raining there? Okay. We had a lot of rain here last week, here in Iowa. We had rain yesterday for a while. They were supposed to have had severe storms, but they just kind of blew over. But Denver, Colorado, I know they had hailstorms and tornadoes. Wow. It was pretty bad. It's just another town. Yeah, just like Clinton. Clinton, Iowa is just another town. We're just, yeah, just like Clinton. We have our, it gets strange here. We have interesting people in this town, believe me. It's the Midwest, upper Midwest. We get some pretty interesting weather up here. We get severe storms. We last year, I think it was last April. You're 30 minutes from Coons Bay. Okay, so you're about a half hour away from it. So you're not exactly in Coons Bay, but you're probably in a town nearby. What's the town nearby? That is why it's in a way smaller town. Okay, yeah, we have that here in Clinton. We have that in Iowa. We have some small towns just not far from us. Like Preston, we have a town called Preston. We got Macogaday, that's Jackson County. I'm in Clinton County, and the county seat is situated right here in Clinton, Iowa. The county seat sits on 2nd Street here in Clinton, and this is the county seat, Clinton, Iowa. Okay, how do you spell that? C-O Coquille? Is that how you pronounce it? Coquille? Something like that. Okay. I think I'll skip weather on the fives. We'll do weather on the fives later. It sounds like Coke Hill. Okay, Coke Hill, when you pronounce it. Okay, Coke Hill. All right. Interesting. Pretty town. Portland, or around Portland. You're not near Portland, all right? Yeah, because I used to watch that one series when it was on. I used to watch this all the time. I talk about Grimm, which was on NBC, which was set in Oregon. And that show was bizarre. And it got even more bizarre toward the end of that series. I used to watch that every week. And that show is strange. Oh, 4 hours from Portland? Okay, 4 hours from Portland. Okay, so you're just like way out there. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty up there. It looks like a pretty state. Oh, God, I'm a Grim freak. Oh, Grim geek? Okay. Yeah, and when that show went off the air, which I was surprised at how they ended it, which, I really didn't see the whole last season. I think it's on Netflix or something like that, and I have a Roku. I can watch that any time. So I might just have to catch up on the last season. Oh, you've been to the Grimm set? Meet any of the people up there? That one cop, that guy who plays that one cop that was married to, what's her name, and then he divorced her over, what was that witch? Good actor. All the people who starred on it, who were on that show, acted that show very well. It was very well done. And I was impressed with the shape-shifting. Really was. I thought that was so well done. The makeup on that show had to have been very, very, very expensive. Okay, wow, I'm talking expensive. To make that show, it must have cost them a good chunk of change to make that show. And NBC, let's see, it lasted how many seasons? 3. So I was living when it went on the air. I was living somewhere else, living below the hill here. Because I was living in another place when it came on the air. So I'd say it was about maybe 3 seasons. It went on the air, and I thought it was strange. It had some strange episodes, but it was a great show. Great show. And I think that NBC, the other one I've been watching now lately has been, I've been watching, and I hope that they renew that. I think they did renew it for another season, and that's called... that was the one called Timeless. And that I love time travel. I'm a time travel fanatic. I'm one to believe that, and I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. And it really isn't a good idea to really believe in that, because when you talk about string theory and all that. But see, science is fun. Even though I don't always agree with all of science, science is fun. That's why I got into Coast to Coast with George Norrie. That's why I got into doing Way Out There, which is my other show where I talk about the paranormal and strange stuff like string theory and all that. I just got into that, time travel, interdimensional travel. One show I used to always watch was Sliders, which was a really fabulous show in which they, never got home, but went into alternate worlds where things were a little weird, that kind of thing. So, I always watched that program. I missed that show. And it was on Netflix, but they pulled it. And I'm not happy about that either. I'm not. I miss Sliders. I wish they would have left that alone. I really do. I wish they would have left that show alone. It was, I miss it. So I'm hoping that maybe someday I can get the DVD set of that series, because I would love to have it. Hey, we're coming close to 3 o'clock in the Central Time Zone right now, actually. 3 o'clock, and we'll do weather on the 5s another half hour. We'll do temperatures, because it is Freestyle Friday. And that means I'm not held back by any constraints. I'm just doing this show for the fun of it. I'm crazy. I'm just nuts. I think that's why I'm doing radio, but no offense to you, Rachel. You're not nuts, okay? I just... Sometimes they say radio people are crazy, but not always. Not always. We just love, pushing buttons and doing that. Pushing buttons, playing records. And of course, I was always, back in the day when I started, we had reel to reel. So I'm aging myself here. And the fun part of doing radio was stringing up a reel-to-reel and trying to edit music on reel-to-reel was so much fun. I mean, razor blade, I cut myself on it a couple of times doing it too. A razor blade and the editing tape. Thank you. No offense taken. Okay. And the editing tape and everything. I miss that. I miss reel-to-reels. I miss the skill of the days of DJ, because when I first started doing that, it was 2 turntables and you had to cue a record. These guys today don't know how to cue a record, you know? There's no skill in it anymore. I mean, to roll it and then half a turn for an album and a quarter of a turn for 45. Just miss that. I miss the freaking turntable sometimes. And if I have a puny little outfit that I broadcast from, but I'll tell you what, if I had a chance to spread out and get a large console and the whole bit, I would go out and get turntables, and I would play vinyl, and I would get a honking reel-to-reel, and I have all my automation on there and all my stuff pre-recorded and rolling very slow. Because I had one when I first started over the other side of town, and in those days I used to roll reel-to-reel, and I used to run it on a very slow speed, and it would run non-stop. I just had automated programming on it, and I kept my station going. My Skype is Gary.Russen. Gary.Russen. As a matter of fact, thank you for reminding me, because I need to put that on, Rachel. I forgot to put it up. So I'm going to sign in now. I sign in through Facebook. It's Gary.Russen. And I'm going to see how this works. I have not tried Skype. I have a thing called a V chip, or it's like a V, what do they call that? A V cable. And this V cable allows me to, people who call me on Skype, I got to do the, let me see. People will call me on Skype, if they do. Okay. People who call me on Skype actually would get on the air with me, because I had this thing and I just plug it into the recorder, and I just pop in on the microphones, and it would. I love that sound. That's when it goes on. Okay, it goes on and give me that sound. I'm going to indicate that I'm online. Okay. All right, I'm indicating now that I am indeed online. Okay, why is it doing that? Okay, let me see here. Okay, indicating I'm online. Okay, let me see. Reason out. Skype home not available. What does that mean? It's easy to start conversion to Skype. Choose contact. Why is that doing that? Okay, I don't want that. I want to go to home. Okay. Skype credit. Well, okay, let me see if we can try to figure this out. Because I have never really used it yet entirely. I haven't really got calls on it. Even though I've had it open while I was on the air, I have never really got calls on it. So I'm not sure if it even works, to be honest with you. Let me see here. I'm going to try to do a, what do they call that? Echo. Okay. Contact request. Okay. Let's see. I got a contact request, so that's a start. Okay. I'm going to click that. Okay, where is that? Should be on there, right? Here it is. Add to contacts. Okay, she's successful and is online. So we're going to see right now after the top of the hour, 3:05 Central Time here on Spreaker on GJRB Online, if we can get her on the air. Let me see. Here we go. Oh, that's an advertisement. Okay, let's see. Online. Okay, let's hit that telephone symbol. I think that's what we do. Call Skype. Mobile. Call his office. Okay, you want a microphone? Okay, 207. Call mobile. Okay, I'm going to try something. I'm going to click that. Okay. All right, let's see what we've got. I don't know if this contact's going to work. I don't know if it's going to work. Okay, caller. Need a caller. Guest ASAP. Must be available to take trivia quiz. Trivia quiz? Okay. All right, let's see. We have a mobile fun. Okay. One of those. Add number. I don't know. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. You're gonna call me. I don't know how this is gonna work. We're gonna see if this. We'll see if there's a camera here. See if that works. I'm gonna hit a camera button. Okay. Let's hit. Okay, let's try it. Let's try. Hello. You're on the air. GJRB Online on Spreaker. Gary Russen program. On Spreaker live. Area code 563-613-4260 or on Spreaker through, and I'm trying to get this to go. No answer. Okay, let's try that again. Oh my goodness, we almost had her. Oh, let's see. Let's try. Green button. Let's see what we got here. You're on the air. Go ahead. Okay, we're getting we have you on. But I'm getting feedback, so I might have to, where is it getting the feedback from? Okay, I have to turn that down just a little bit. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, not too bad. First time on the air. How you doing?
Barely hear ya.
Barely hear me? Oh, okay, I'm going to bring it up just a little bit on my mixer. How's that? I'm going to bring up my,
Hold on, let's fix that.
Let's see.
Let's see if I can fix the volume on this.
Let's see what happened here. Okay, here we go. We got your site up here on Spreaker. Got your site up here on Spreaker.
Are you there?
Okay, how you doing?
Hold on a second.
Wonderful. My microphone. I'm using a small mixer. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit.
Feedback, sorry.
Okay, I'm using a small mixer, so I'm bring my mixer up a level just a little bit.
I can't hear you.
Still can't hear me.
I'll have to switch.
Wonderful.
Switching devices, I'll call you right back.
Alrighty. Area code 563-613-4260, and we're doing a Skype thing here. Trying this is new here on GJRB Online on Spreaker. Across America and around the world, wherever you're listening, whether it be Portland, Oregon, Los Angeles, California, Boston, Massachusetts, Philadelphia, Chicago, New York, wherever you happen to get Spreaker, wherever you happen to be online, it's a Freestyle Friday Gary Russen program on GJRB. Let's see, 309. I like this fact that we did in a Freestyle Friday, no tightness, no whatsoever. But we are going to do a little later on. We're going to try to get that in today. Let's see here. I got my mic all the way up. Let me see if I can bring it up on the board just a little bit without squealing. Okay, I brought it up on the board. Can't hear my voice there. I'm going to try it again. Let's see if we can. It's awfully warm in here. Yeah. Lovely. Okay. let's see. While we try to fix this issue, I'm going to an interesting story. Hear about this? Deputy Attorney General Rubenstein does not appoint on an independent special prosecutor. Every American will. I don't know. I'm going to check. This is the story I know about Rubenstein. I didn't really understand this one either, but it had to do with Rubenstein. Regarding the story over the issue with this is Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer, among Democrats, calling for a special prosecutor over firing James Comey. Attorney General Rubenstein does not appoint an independent special prosecutor over Americans will rightly suspect that decision
way
could be
the American people can have faith in this investigation is for it to be led by a fearless, independent special prosecutor. If Deputy Attorney General Rosenstein does not appoint an independent special prosecutor, every American will rightly suspect that the decision to fire Director Comey was part of a cover-up.
And you know that the left are going to think that. The left are going to think that. This all could be a part of a cover-up. But, you know, what did it prove? I mean, like I said before earlier, like about an hour ago, when Trump wrote that line in the letter in which he used to fire Trump, Trump was to fire him, the Comey. He wrote that line and said, "Thank you for not making me part of your investigation." Which I would have to question that, because here's a line that says, "Oh, thank you for not being..." This is something that should have been thanked. If he wanted to keep it hush-hush, he should have not thanked Comey in that letter that he wrote to fire him with. Why did he write that sentence? What are you thinking, Trump? I mean, think about it. You wrote that in that letter, and now you are going to be looked at here, because they're going to ask some questions as to regarding the fact that maybe you were part of that investigation. Because you decided you're going to write that little line in your letter. You were going to decide that you were going to write, "Thank you for not including me in that investigation or being part of the investigation." It's like Rush Limbaugh said an hour before we came on today. What Rush Limbaugh said was absolutely right there. And that part of it is that the left, the news, the media is looking for another Watergate. This is another Watergate starting off. The only difference probably would be a gap in a tape. So a gap in a tape is a letter. And this letter, whatever it is stating that President Trump could have been involved in the Russian setup of the elections last year, and that truly indeed the elections were fixed by the Russians. Makes you wonder what's going on here with that, because that letter is not going to more than likely could ruin Trump. That letter that he wrote could ruin him. Just that line right there, because he actually blew it when he did that. He signed his own death warrant as a president of the United States. Okay, all right. What do you think about that? Give me a line on that. What do you think of that idea? Do you think that's possibly Okay, we'll use this instead. Good deal. Okay, mainly. Okay, here we go. Hi, to the answer your question. Go live. Mainly, put some guests like my kids don't want to be live. Okay, shall we use this instead? Let's see. I'm gonna put something here. I want to try something here. I'm gonna hit that camera button. Loading. Let's see what it does here. Okay. Let's see, maybe we hit that camera button and see what happens. I do have a webcam here. This webcam, whoops, no answer, close window. Okay, webcam. Okay, I got my webcam on. Okay, we're going to try this again. All right, let's try this again here. We're on the air here on GJRB Online on Spreaker across America. And see what we got here. Finish up call. Okay, let's see why we're not getting here. Okay, here we go. Do you hear me better this way?
Much.
Okay. Kind of a delay. Kind of like talk radio. Yeah. Okay, good deal. How you doing?
I am doing really well. Waiting for my son to get home. So if there's a bunch of chaos here in a minute,
okay,
I'm going to hang up with you and call you right back.
Alrighty. Yeah, son coming home from school. How old is he?
Yes, son coming home from school. He gets sent home pretty early. He's a troublemaker at times.
Oh. Get in, boy. Okay. Get in, boy. And my dog is doing a little coughing here. I don't know what was going on. Poor thing. Yeah, so...
oh, yeah, you'll hear my dogs in a minute.
Oh. Is that how you have two? You only have one little chihuahua. He thinks he's it.
Three.
Yeah, he thinks he thinks he's it. He runs the show sometimes.
I've got three large ones. Cece, Zoe, Tanner, come on.
Wow. Yeah. There we go. Mine's just a little camera.
Babies.
Mine's just a little camera, so it isn't. I also do a. By the way, I'm also on YouTube. I have a YouTube show. I don't do it as much, but I have one. I was on Hangout, and then they quit, so I had to go and get a new thing called XSplit. And I do a video on, I do it like I can show videos and stuff like that. It's kind of like a television show. So, yeah, it's on, you can do that too, probably. Yeah. It's on YouTube, live stream.
Oh, I don't need another social site. My list is full.
Wow. But, you have an interesting show too. You had a good one. I was listening to some of your shows the other day. There was that one you had on, and I was just talking about some of the stuff, people being mean to each other and stuff like that. It just seems to be too much of that going on. And, it's, people aren't nice anymore. Really not.
No, they're not. And sadly, it's not this, it's not their state of being. It's not who they are, essentially. It's what they think they need to be.
Yeah.
For everything to function. I think my son's bus just pulled up. Let's go check.
Okay.
Walking through the house. Anyway, so and you know what? The one main thing that I've seen is especially on Spreaker, there's cliques. They're just cliques of people.
Oh yeah.
But they're adults. Why? I don't understand their process of it, but they are mean to each other. They are mean to other podcasters. It's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, and not only that, I think it was one time I was trying to ask a question on there. I don't know whether it was Facebook, their Facebook page, and they were just like arrogant to me. I can't remember exactly what the question was I asked them, but I sure got like a really bad vibe from them. They were not very nice. The people who are on Spreaker are nice, but the Facebook Spreaker administrators are not. They're not.
Almost everybody I've met on Spreaker is very, very nice.
Yeah.
But there are people out there that just they live to they live to just mess with people's heads, and I got caught up in it pretty bad, and I've only been on here a little bit over a month.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing this since 2012, so I've been on it for a few years.
Wow.
Yeah, I started.
So you're friends with like every show.
Here live, I do 3 hours of ranting, and I never get a call. I mean, not people really don't even contact me. You know, it's just 3 hours of rant. It's usually about things about news, what's in the news and stuff. And like I said, I did Paul Harvey. It's kind of like that beginning show. Try to see if we can get people to call in on some of the things I'm talking about. And I just kind of start the ball rolling. And I also do a sports talk show. I talk about sports once in a while too. I have a few hours of sports.
I just kind of bullshit my way through it. I do whatever I can, but it helps when you have a guest to talk to.
Oh yeah, it does. It makes the program more interesting, and it will get program hits. Because if you're just talking to yourself, which I feel sometimes I'm doing for like 3 hours, it's like, this show's not going good. I'm not doing very... So I work with the idea of programming because I've always wanted to do radio since I was a kid. So I went through 2 broadcasting courses and tried to get on the air on various radio stations, never got a shot at it. Decided I would just put it away for a while, and then I went back to it and almost got a radio station in nearby Kewanee, which is just southeast of here. And my wife got sick. Like I said, she had severe diabetes, and I had to give up my professional radio career. I was working as a master control operator. I was working as a master control operator for a PBS UHF station, WQBT, and worked there for like a few years because it was on the college campus, but never really had a chance to get on the air professionally. You know, so I decided to just do this. You know,
this has always been my dream, is to be on the radio, to be a host or a DJ or just in general on radio, not necessarily video. This is not my favorite part, mind you.
Yeah, I understand.
But definitely to be on the radio. I've always loved to participate and make people laugh and get involved, and it's not always useful topics. Like my show later today is going to be kind of just off the wall. I don't know.
Yeah,
you just really don't have anything.
You're not live. You just podcast. You don't really do anything live, do you? You just podcast.
Oh, I do live.
You do live. Okay.
Most of my shows are live.
Okay. Wow.
But this is my second account. Spreaker kind of screwed me over on my first one.
Oh man.
And messed it up. So yeah, you can find it under the same. You can find the shows under the same titles. It's just on another email.
Oh, okay. Okay. You see, when you first
Yeah,
came on, you had two
my pro
different
plan
names.
and everything set up on that one, and they screwed my account up.
Oh,
so
man. That's a shame.
I'm restarting.
Wow. So how's your husband feel about this?
He's not very fond of me right now.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
There's well, it's because I keep pressuring him to do another episode. He already did one with me, and he told me he'd never do an episode with me.
Oh, that's a shame.
So, but then again, I probably shouldn't have put him on live when I told him I was just broadcasting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe so.
Oh, but it was fun. It was fucking, it was freaking worth it.
Oh, yeah, I understand. Yeah. Well, see,
hands on,
my wife
totally worth
supports
it. I got to ask him just about anything I wanted, and oh yeah, I picked on him.
My wife supports me what I do. She loves the. I do a lot of news, and she likes when I do my music. I play jazz. I have various formats too. I do different shows. Like I have a jazz program, or I play smooth jazz. I do classic jazz because I grew up listening to Brubeck and John Coltrane, and those are fabulous music. It doesn't get played enough. And so I just got into jazz years and years ago. I like jazz. I used to listen to it on public radio. So I always listen to public radio, but I only listen for like jazz and stuff like that. Dude, I don't care for their news. I don't listen to left-wing rhetoric. That's all PBS is. And so is NPR, pretty much. You're doing audio? Okay, it'll go off.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, I'm coming to an end of this segment anyhow here, about 2:47 left. Then I just restarted. See, I only do 45 minutes at a time. That like $4.99 a month, that's not bad. And 45 minutes at a time, when it runs out, I just come back on. But I do a little thing, because since I wanted to do radio all my life, I have like a little, did you ever see those little iPod things, those little FM transmitters that run like maybe 9 feet around the property? While I'm on the air.
Yeah.
This is picked up on the FM signal just within about 9 feet of where I am. Just once you pull out of here, it's gone. It's one of those really small FM signals.
Yeah, no, because I'm in such a remote area, I don't get to pick up on much.
Oh, okay.
But I have to use,
anywhere,
even inside my house, I have wireless, and I have to use adapters to pick up the signals.
Because even at Walmart, you can pick up. It's a little FM transmitter, only broadcasts so far. Pretty fun.
Yeah, well, I've got it on all my devices. As long as I have Wi-Fi, I can pick up your broadcasts.
Wow. Yeah. Well, we have Wi-Fi too. That's why I have this, and I have a tablet, and I usually read news off a tablet, and then this way it takes the load off the computer a little bit.
Oh my gosh, it's 1:28. Kind of worried now. Where's my son?
Oh, 1:28? Is he coming early?
Well, he's supposed to be home by like 1:10, but it's raining, so he may not get here right on time.
He might be stranded somewhere too. Yeah, it's right here at 1:30. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Well, as soon as you shut down here, I'm going to be starting mine, so you're welcome to pop over there afterward.
Oh, I'll do that. Yeah, I do this program till 5 Central Time, and then I go off.
What is that in PST?
Yeah, that would be
is it PST?
5 o'clock
Yeah.
Central Time would be 3 o'clock Pacific Time. I'm pretty good at memorizing time zones. Except for foreign and European, I don't understand that at all. Getting down to 2